Guys, what's up? Today is a Thursday, or when you're seeing this, it's a Thursday, and I just wanted to give that whole big sister vibe. I just wanted to have a whole yapping session today, but one that motivates you, reassures you, and yeah, let's just get right into it. Also, please excuse this mess. The other day my shelf sort of fell off because there weren't like any supporters, but it's a small shelf, don't worry, and so everything's a bit of a mess right now. We've ordered like some new things that we need to put that back up securely, so for now this is just gonna be like this. From the title of this video, you could probably see that today's episode is going to be about the misconceptions that people have about productivity. And okay, I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I also believed in these misconceptions, and we're gonna get right into it. And I just hope that by the end of this video you feel motivated and just better about yourself and can be easier on yourself. Something that I feel like a lot of us fail to realize is that every day is different, okay? Just because yesterday, for example, you were able to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and just get things done does not mean that today you're going to wake up at 7 o'clock. No, mental health works in different ways. Your body needs different things on different days, and you need to listen to your body. Now, I know that some people live a life where there are certain things they can't avoid. For example, having a 9-to-5 job. Like, it's not going to be easy to just book a day off because you don't feel good. And it's just one of those things you just have to do. You know, you have to make yourself do it. But there are a few things you can do to ground yourself before that. Or even if that's not possible and you wanted to sleep in, that's fine. Because yes, you have work from 9 to 5, but you have from 5:01 onwards to spend on yourself, on your family, on the things you like to do. This does come with planning effectively, and I'm not saying you need to plan relaxation, but I think that you should have at least that one thing that you do for yourself that's solely for yourself. Because how are you supposed to show up for other people if you don't show up for yourself? Like, who's going to show up for you if you're not showing up for yourself? You know, you're not someone else's responsibility, you're your own responsibility. So you need to take care of you. That brings me to misconception number 1, which is people think that you need to wake up early to be productive, and that if you fail to wake up early, your whole day is ruined. Now, this one bugs me, okay, because this is so far from true. Sometimes our body needs us to sleep in. Sometimes we weren't able to sleep in the night, and that's why now, instead of cutting down the hours of sleep that you're getting, if you are able to sleep longer than you were supposed to, then do it, okay? Because your day doesn't start until you wake up, and when you wake up, you can make that change. You can do some of the things you wanted to do. Maybe you have to change up the order of things that you do, but you can still be productive. Okay, there have been so many times, especially this week, because I am someone who has anxiety, and this week my anxiety has just been really bad. This week, for example, I've just been waking up like later than normal every single day. And that's fine. My days have still been productive. Yes, normally I am someone who wakes up at like 5 a.m. and stays awake and does all her stuff. But these past few days I've been waking up at like 11 something, and that's completely fine. Like, that does not mean that my day has come to an end. You know, like, things that I like to do when I wake up is journal, go and have some fresh air, do some sort of chore. And lately it's been laundry, because normally I like to do the bed. Okay, normally I like to do the bed, but my husband and I have this rule, because sometimes I wake up later than he does, or sometimes he wakes up later than I do. So we have this rule that the last person to wake up has to do the bed, because that's only fair. But I do still need to get some sort of chore done to feel like, okay, I've started my day, and that tends to be laundry these days. But usually when I wake up at 5 a.m, that's what I do. But the days when I wake up at 11 or 12, that doesn't mean I still can't do them. It just means I can change the order up a little bit. I live in Medina. It gets hot here. So instead of waking up and then going for fresh air straight away, I can have that fresh air around 6 p.m. But as long as I'm fitting in that fresh air, you know, as long as I am still prioritizing that one thing that I do for myself, I do still journal when I wake up. Even if I've got all these other things to do, I still journal because I make sure to have those few minutes of grounding. Otherwise, the rest of my day just feels messy and I feel overwhelmed. And, you know, that's that one thing I do for myself. So if you have that one thing you do for yourself that helps you ground yourself, do it. There's time, okay? There are 24 hours in a day. Use them wisely. The second misconception that people have is that you're not allowed breaks or you're not allowed to fit in time for relaxing. Guys, that is far from true, okay? In fact, having breaks, having time to relax is part of being productive. Because I'm sorry, it's like, let's take a phone for example. Imagine you're on your phone all day. You can feel it overheating, but you're still on it and you're just, you know, doing what you need to do. Even if you stick in the charger, it's still overheating. You just have to put it down, let it sit, it cools down, it works better. That's a piece of machinery. We aren't machines, so imagine what we're doing to ourselves. So please make sure that you do take breaks. You do have fun, because life is not just about working. I know it is difficult, okay? But you do need to not forget the person you are, not lose the person you are just because of the lifestyle you have, and create a lifestyle where you're still having that fun, you're still nurturing your inner child, because your inner child never leaves, okay? Your inner child needs your attention. And stay with your loved ones, hang out with them, you know, like schedule something with them. Stop putting yourself under so much pressure, because the only person putting that much pressure on you is you, okay? So let yourself have breaks, because you're allowed them. You are allowed, okay? Pour into yourself before you pour into other people. Or if you haven't had time to pour into yourself before pouring into other people, pour into yourself after you've poured into them, because you deserve it too. Another misconception that people have is, for example, I like to make to-do lists, okay? And a lot of people who make to-do lists stress out, because if they have a time on there that they need to get something done and then they end up starting late, they think their entire day is ruined. No, my lovely, no. Let me tell you how to make a to-do list in a way where it won't stress you out, okay? First of all, make it colourful. Draw on it. Use fancy writing. Do what you have to do to make this appealing to you, to make it fun to you, because to-do lists do not need to be boring. That's number one, okay? Make it good to look at, because, you know, like, it's like a book, okay? You're not going to want to read a book that looks boring, okay? Even though, yes, don't judge a book by its cover. But sometimes, like, we're human, okay? The cover's going to be boring. We're not going to want to pick up the book. Same with the to-do list. If it looks boring, not appealing to us, you're not going to want to do it, okay? All right. Number 2, don't add times unless it's for something that it has to be done at a specific time. For example, I'm an English tutor, so there are certain times where I have to do the lesson at that specific time, okay? It's not like I can do the lesson whenever. But with other things, I can work around it, and my goal essentially is to just get them all done before I go to bed, okay? And the way that I write my to-do list is the stuff that I really need to prioritize is at the top, okay? Anything that's at the bottom, it's like, of course I'm going to try and prioritize getting them done before I go to sleep, but if I can't, that's okay. That's going to be the stuff that are at the top on my to-do list tomorrow, okay? Don't beat yourself up for it, because even doing some of the things on that to-do list is productive. So if you feel like you're burning out, don't push yourself to burn out faster by stressing yourself out like that. Like, I know there are things that are important to do and to get done, and we're always procrastinating, but it is not the end of the world, guys. You can literally just do it again. There's always tomorrow, okay? There is always tomorrow. I do hope that this video has helped people. And if you guys want me to talk about anything specific about productivity, or just having that discipline, or just dealing with yourself in a more healthy way, let me know, and I will definitely work on posting these type of videos, because I want this channel to be me being your older sister, your virtual older sister, okay? I want these videos to be a hug for you. I want it to be a reassurance for you, because it is not a nice feeling to always be on the go and to just burn out, okay? We tend to be so good at burning ourselves out and being so critical of ourselves. But if we look at the big picture, guys, the only person putting that pressure on you is you. So please don't be that person for yourself. Look after yourself. And I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing rest of your week, and just an amazing weekend, because that's what's coming ahead. So take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.